एक मिनट preparing. Yes, ma'am, please.
आई नो थोड़ा हिस्ट्री है, थोड़ा लंबा भी है, 5 थीम्स है और मैंने थोड़ा ओवर हियर किया, तो मतलब मुझे खाली मेरे थीम्स पे फोकस करना है। बहुत सी चीजें हो सकती है मगर 3 घंटे में टू अकोमोडेट एवरीथिंग, एंड आई गेस ऑल ऑफ यू who are here as participants, they are self-enlightened people. So I can just touch the points. Later you can explore that. And there are certain things which are there in other sessions. So why to repeat? Here also we have so much on research and development, but I will not talk about that more because you have an entire session on that. So I'm trying my level best to stick to the themes that are already there. उसमें जो मैं अपना फ्रीडम ले सकती हूँ, थोड़ा ज्यादा दे सकती हूँ, आई एम ट्राइंग दैट. So please bear with me. Whatever little knowledge I have, I'm trying to share that in a systematic way. So now we have the third sub theme, and that is mission of higher education system. What is the mission? Core mission क्या होगा higher education का? कौन बताएगा मुझे? What is our mission? As we all are in this field. What is the mission of higher education? Prior, first one. We are paid for what?
Ma'am, to provide more knowledge to the students.
Exactly, teaching, knowledge, as we are facilitator. Some may say that yes. So sharing, providing, whatever we say. So that is our prime concern.
Yes, ma'am. जी.
So प्रियंका जी, तो उसके बाद क्या दूसरा क्या होगा? 2 है कोर मिशंस हमारे. ये बच्चों के लिए है. Yes. We go to the class, we take classes, we take sessions.
शिक्षा के द्वारा रोजगार की निर्मित करना, ये भी हो सकता है. शिक्षा के द्वारा रोजगार की निर्मित करना, यह भी एक हो सकता है.
वो तो हमने शुरू में देख लिया जो पर्पस था. मगर दूसरा है मिशन जो हमारा है, एक टीचिंग है, दूसरा है रिसर्च.
To invent something that is have a social impact.
Exactly. So teaching is a fundamental mission of higher education system. When educators impart knowledge, they are investing in the human capital of their students. Teachers contribute to the development of critical thinking, problem-solving abilities, and practical skills. By designing effective curricula and focusing on outcomes, educators enhance the human capital of their students. So teaching as a human capital investment. That is what is suggested as a mission by higher education. So let me share again. Is it visible? It stopped here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Life skill tips.
Core mission of higher education. Now, what is human capital. Human capital refers to the skills, knowledge, and experience possessed by individuals. It encompasses their abilities, education, and training. When we invest in human capital, we allocate resources, both time and money, towards developing and enhancing these critical attributes. So, education as an investment. In the beginning only, one of the purpose we saw. Now, when we know that education plays a crucial role in building human capital, it is a significant investment that brings clear benefits on three levels: individual level, economic level, and societal. If we talk about the individual level, education enhances an individual's productive capacities. It equips them with skills and knowledge that lead to better job prospects, higher earnings, and an improved quality of life that we have seen at the beginning. So this is one. Economic level. A well-educated workforce contributes to economic growth. Skilled individuals drive innovation, productivity, and overall prosperity. And the third level is the societal level, where education fosters responsible citizens who actively participate in societal development. They contribute to the society. जो society ने हमें दिया है वो हमें वापस देता है. So this is the societal. Now, higher education institutions, they aim to produce graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also responsible citizens. This is again our mission, to produce responsible citizens. Teaching includes instilling ethical values, social awareness, and a sense of global citizenship. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We talk about that. So higher education can enhance the quality of life for individuals and countries. Especially individuals with a college degree are more likely to have higher standards of living and better well-being, and be proactive and civically engaged in their community. Individuals with a college degree are more equipped to think clearly and articulate their thoughts in any profession. Studies have also concluded that individuals who complete higher education degrees acquire non-cognitive skills that have a positive impact in the society and profession. Specifically, individuals who complete college will not only obtain the economic benefits, but also social, we may call it the non-economic benefits of higher education. The social private benefits of higher education are tied to the future of citizenship, social responsibility, and global engagement. And these non-economic benefits of higher education acquire 5 dispositional outcomes. What are these outcomes of the non-economic benefits? The interpersonal competence, multicultural understanding, skills in problem identification and problem solving, a sense of purpose, and the confidence to act in ways that makes a difference. So these are again benefits. Hence, college and universities pursue multiple goals. And these institutions recruit students as human capital and develop them as products of higher education institutions as responsible citizens. And the goal is students should be informed by knowledge about the natural and social worlds, to be empowered through the mastery of intellectual and practical skills and to be responsible for their personal actions and civic values. So this should be the goal. Now, curriculum design and outcome-based education, OBE, we call it OBE, that is outcome-based education, are essential concepts in the field of education. Universities focus on them as OBE ensures that students acquire specific skills and knowledge by the end of their programs. So let us see what the concept of OBE is, that is the outcome-based education, what it is and why it isn't. What is it? OBE is a student-centered approach that focuses on specific learning outcomes. In an OBE curriculum, learning outcomes are defined in advance. And the entire curriculum is designed to achieve those outcomes. The emphasis is on application of knowledge and skills rather than mere memorization. OBE aims to equip students with practical abilities relevant to the real world. And it is commonly used in vocational and technical education and is gaining popularity in higher education. OBE is a buzzword at present with NEP 2020. Now, what are the key aspects of OBE? These are the key aspects. Learning outcomes. I guess you all understand this, the outcome of learning, or what is the outcome of today's session. If I ask you, then obviously I have certain things in mind that yes, you have a particular kind of knowledge about the history of universities before independence, after independence. Now the outcome will be that you are clear about the mission and purpose of higher education. So that are the outcomes. Student-centric approach. So OBE shifts the focus from teaching to student achievement. Next is application-oriented approach. It emphasizes practical skills over theoretical knowledge. NEP focuses on skill-based education. We know this. So clear assessment methods. It aligns assessments with predefined outcomes. So this is how it works. Now, curriculum design in OBE. So the conceptual framework, it serves as its foundation. It outlines learning outcomes, assessment methods, and teaching strategies. OBE curricula are designed to meet specific goals and prepare students effectively. And finally, let's look to the benefits of OBE. What are the benefits of OBE? Quality enhancement. It improves educational quality by aligning it with the desired outcome. Student success, focusing on outcomes, and for real world challenges, you have to prepare your students. The real skills that are needed to just bridge the gap between academia and industry. So employability, it equips graduates with practical skills valued by employers. So teaching is the core of higher education mission, and it shapes individuals, contribute to societal well-being, and prepares future leaders and professionals. Then comes research. So you will have an entire session on R&D. But along with teaching, research is also a vital mission of higher education institutions. So what is the significance? Why research? I'll just give you a great glimpse of that. Why research is required? Why it is a mission? Advancing knowledge and innovations, Universities serve as hubs of research and innovation. They engage students and faculty in research. The universities, they encourage students and faculty to engage in research contribution. And of course, fostering technological breakthroughs and developing solutions to real world problems. That is again a part of it, to develop scientific thinking among students, scientific inquiry and discovery. It allows scholars to explore fundamental questions, test hypotheses, uncover new insights. It drives progress across various fields, from medicine to social science, solving societal challenges. Yes, it addresses pressing issues. Higher education institutions, they can solve the societal problem through research. So they can foster that environment, whether it's finding sustainable energy sources, combating diseases, or understanding climate change. Research plays a pivotal role. Interdisciplinary collaboration. Apart from interdisciplinary, I guess you are aware. What are the other disciplinaries? Side question. Sir, हो गया research and development session आपका? Unmute कीजिए सर, नहीं सर.
अभी नहीं, उसका नहीं हुआ है अभी.
तो रिसर्च एक तो इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी है, दूसरा कौन सा डिसिप्लिनरी है?
मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी.
मल्टीपल डिसिप्लिनरी. फिर
ट्रांसडिसिप्लिनरी.
सॉरी,
ट्रांसडिसिप्लिनरी.
एग्जैक्टली. एंड द फोर्थ वन? कुछ प्रीफिक्स नहीं लगाओ तो आगे. डिसिप्लिनरी. ऑब्वियसली आप लोग रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में देखेंगे कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑल दिस interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. So you will learn that in your R&D session. So research obviously transcends disciplinary boundaries. At present, research, as NEP suggests, that it should be a contribution to the society, and it should be either interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. So it can help on various levels. Either you are from humanities or wherever, but you have to focus on this. Educating future researchers. So research-oriented universities, they train the next generations of researchers. So data analysis, scientific methodologies. So they learn about that, of course, economic impact. And this is again a focus. Research drives economic growth by fostering innovation, creating jobs and attracting investment, patents, startups, industry partnerships that emerge from university research only. Global reputation and rankings, we know, jo NAC mein jaate hain, so they know that this is one of the criteria. High quality research enhances an institution's reputation. Universities with impactful research attract top talent, funding, and international recognition. So this is why research is important. So research is not only a mission, but also a driving force behind higher education's impact on society, economy, and human progress. The development of the society and nation is directly proportional to its research production. At present, I feel sorry to say that we are not the producers of research. In fact, we are the consumers. But there is a ray of hope that soon we will be able to strengthen the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat by becoming the producers by our startups and innovations. Again, recently, the launch of the semiconductors, the chips, is a great initiative towards that. Research definitely contributes to the growth and development of the nation. Now, I've just figured out some of the thrust areas of research, just an add-on, in case you are interested. At present, what kind of research, even if you are a research supervisor, so, or in whatever way you can guide people. This is the correct current trend. So now we move to the challenges for the higher education system. This is the theme 4, challenges for higher education institutions. There are a number of challenges. The first challenge is higher education and entrepreneurship. These are the challenges. Major challenges at present the higher education is facing. Entrepreneurship education. Now, entrepreneurship education within higher education institutions. The goal of entrepreneurship education, we call it EE, within institutions is to instill an entrepreneurial spirit and culture among students. It aims to create highly intellectual entrepreneurs who can establish new ventures and generate job opportunities. Why this is needed? Of course, not all students will start their own businesses, but EE equips them with the mindset and skills needed for entrepreneurial endeavors. Now, this is the aim. Now, the question arises that why do students have to learn all the activities and mechanics of running a business within an higher education context? What do you think? What are your inputs? Is it needed? Is it required? Why higher education wants this EE in education?
Because they are going to work in a capitalist system. We are moving towards capitalist system.
Yes,
They
but
need to have
why at this stage?
No, they are doing from before. What we are doing is that we are keep bringing on the different parts of the knowledge together in this national education policy. Whatever we have today, it is not because we have it is because we have achieved from the past education system we have. What we are doing now is that we are bringing different education thing in one place.
Because we are at saturation level. Our institutes and other areas, they are in saturation. There is a need of new entrepreneurs. They have to generate their opportunities and share it with others.
Exactly, ma'am. But why at this stage and age?
And this is the age at which they can comprehend and implement things. So when they are aware, they are better equipped to take things ahead.
Exactly. Anybody from psychology? See, in order to provide an answer to this question, one needs to refer to the age range that individuals undertaking study at higher education institution. Mostly the age falls from within 17 to 23, I guess. This represents a transitional stage between adolescence and early adulthood. Now, as per psychology, adolescents and adults are capable of using symbols that relate to abstract thinking. They can analyze multiple variables in systematic ways, formulate hypotheses, and consider abstract relationships and concepts. So, HEI students have the capability of solving problems and taking creative strategic decisions based on valid and reliable data. The resulting impact is likely to be that the business will operate with high accountability. Therefore, these young entrepreneurs should be able to manage their commercial concerns successfully in the long term. The business will be sustainable. They are capable of multitasking. So this is the age and the stage where they should be trained. So EE plays a pivotal role in shaping economics and fostering innovation. Now, let me try to share this dynamic intersection of higher education and entrepreneurship. Importance of entrepreneurship education. Why it is important? See, entrepreneurship education is a powerful force for economic growth and development. It addresses critical issues like unemployment, poverty, by nurturing a culture of innovation, proactiveness, and risk tolerance among students. Beyond economic impact, even it also contributes to solving social challenges and supports community development. And for that, there is a need to create an entrepreneur culture. And this education, it focuses on cultivating an entrepreneurial mindset within the students. How we do that? By emphasizing practical skills, creativity, and risk-taking. It prepares them for venturing into their business. This culture for entrepreneurship, it leads to market innovation, job creation, and a sustainable employment. And it benefits the society as a whole. There are pedagogical tools for entrepreneurship education, how you can just teach them or motivate them or inspire them. So one thing is role model. That is an effective pedagogical tool for entrepreneurship education. Now, what is this? Say, exposure to successful entrepreneurs as role model. It inspires students and provides real-world examples of entrepreneurial journeys. See, in a small place where you are teaching or I am teaching, we may say that, no, we don't have such kind of entrepreneurs, or we cannot afford to connect with them or invite them. Then you can start in a very simple and what do you call it, on a ground level. You can invite few of them who are your alumni and who are successful entrepreneurs, successful at your place. You can invite them to your institution. You can start some talk show or interview. I'm doing that at my place. I'm inviting young women entrepreneurs. I'm inviting other renowned entrepreneurs. Slowly but firmly, I'm on that track. And that is helping them. Students get motivated. They get that network. And it is also helping us when in the placement. So this role modeling. Again, hands-on experience is also an effective tool. Practical learning through internships, projects, startups. So it will help them. Of course, now we have incubation centers. There are mentorings. All your colleges have that, what do you call it? Innovation clubs. They are formed in every college. So providing support structures like business incubators and mentoring programs. It fosters entrepreneurial intentions among students. We all are aware of the startup and innovation programs of governments. So again, there can be many debates and perspectives on that, but the higher education has to face that challenge also. Again, promoting entrepreneurship in higher education institutions. It offers a special, higher education must have that particular kind of curriculum that offers specialized entrepreneurship courses, training programs, workshops, seminars, and conferences to nurture the potential entrepreneurs. And for that, they have to work vigorously. Governments are increasing. They are even emphasizing the need for educational institutions to instill an entrepreneurial spirit among students, contributing to the national development. See, the marriage of higher education and entrepreneurship. I'm sure it will create a fertile ground for innovation, job creation, and economic prosperity. So let's continue to empower future entrepreneurs through EE. Now, these days, we are having multiplication of entrepreneurial universities. There are so many universities, and they are established as entrepreneurial universities. Especially all the II. Now, the establishment of entrepreneurial universities presents a significant challenge for higher education institutions in India. These institutions play a pivotal role in fostering a culture of entrepreneurship and innovation. As India aspires to become a $5 trillion economy, it must evolve its educational system to harness the potential of its demographic dividend. So here are some key considerations for higher education institutions in this endeavor, as it is visible on your scale: policy frameworks, scale emphasis, strategic roadmap, social entrepreneurship. So this is all working these days. So the transformation of higher education institutions into entrepreneurial universities requires concrete efforts, visionary policies, and a commitment to nurturing innovation and startups across campuses. By doing so, India can unlock its full potential and drive economic progress. Now let us quickly move to other challenges. Financial resources is again, this is major challenge. I guess I got only half an hour now. So financial resources, how to generate that: inadequate funding, exploitation of tuition fees, transparency in accounting practices, student-centric approach, diversifying income sources, quality versus affordability, global competitiveness, policy reforms, equitable distribution, long-term vision. So these are all the challenges that higher education is at present facing in regard to financial resources. And of course, the challenge is also financial autonomy. Now, it remains a critical challenge for higher education, financial autonomy. Indian higher education institutions have slipped further in global rankings. If we look at present, with none making it to the top 100, there are no universities. In the QS ranking, only 3 Indian institutes are in top 200. They are IISc Bengaluru, IIT Bombay, and IIT Delhi. And all technical and research institutes. They are all the 3 are technical and research institutes. So autonomy of higher education institutes is now widely acknowledged as a necessity for excellence and improvement, particularly for those higher education institutes that engage in research as well as education. In India, often the discussions are about autonomy as a broad concept, without stating what specifically needs to be done to improve autonomy. Now, it's a long discussion, but I will discuss certain things on a basic level. That autonomy basically can be measured with 4 key dimensions: academic, organizational, financial, and staffing. They all are interconnected. Let us talk about organizational and financial autonomy because they are more connected. See, organizational autonomy starts with how autonomous higher education institutions are in appointing their chief executives, the directors or the vice chancellor. It starts from there. We all know the procedures, how vice chancellors are appointed. There is a search committee. Certain specific requirements are there. The person should be eligible. At present, they are different. And either the governor, in other states, it's the governor who is the signing authority. In Gujarat, is the educational minister and the chief minister. So when this is the scenario, selection is done by the government, then obviously the person who is selected, he has some obligation. Of course, the selection committee is there and everything is there, but it influences the person, the vice chancellor. The selected person is more indebted to the authority rather than the institution. So with this mindset, you all can understand that there will be less autonomy of the vice chancellor or the director, whatever. This single change of having higher education select its own head, if we want to change this is in the process. Let me share that. Thankfully, these authorities now they are on this path, and there are signs that this is beginning to happen. And it is heard that in IIM bill, this autonomy has been granted. Hopefully, as a next step, this change will be made for institutions like IITs and reputed central universities. Then it will come to the state universities or whatever. So the major concern is here, organizational autonomy. Now we connect it with the financial autonomy. Then as long as there is financial dependence of HEIs on the government, autonomy will always be compromised. HEIs need support from the government to provide affordable education to citizens. Most of the institutions, they rely on the government. So how can one achieve autonomy while still seeking public funds? Of course, there are many methods and there are many parameters, but at present we are skipping that. But this is the core reason, and it's a serious challenge, critical challenge for our education. And centralization and limited autonomy, of course, resource allocation and accountability, government dependency, cost sharing measure. So there are so many things to work on. Then comes the income generation. Income generation, every institution should not only rely on government, obviously. How you can generate your income for the institution? So these are the recommendations through which income generation through diversification of income sources, tuition fees, and student contributions, efficiency and resource utilization. That is, proper utilization of existing resource contributes to the financial sustainability. Obviously, financial autonomy, we know. So higher education is facing the challenge of balancing financial sustainability while maintaining their educational mission. By diversifying income sources, embracing efficiency, and encouraging innovation, institutions can overcome this challenge and thrive in the dynamic landscape of education. Now, I will focus on some interesting part of this, which is again a challenge. The pursuit of smart universities, digital universities, and world-class universities. It is a formidable challenge in India. So let us begin with smart universities. What are smart universities? Whom do you consider as a smart university? Smart universities leverage technology to enhance teaching, learning, and administrative processes. They integrate the IoT, that is the Internet of Things devices, data analytics, and automation to create efficient and responsive educational environments. This is the definition. And to add to your knowledge, in the year 2013, Chandigarh University tied up with IBM, and it became the first university in India to start. So smart universities, establishing smart universities is a challenge. Why it's a challenge? The first challenge is infrastructure, upgrading existing infrastructure to accommodate digital tools and connectivity. Faculty training, faculties, of course, thanks to the pandemic, that now we all are trained at that way and we are adaptable for use of technology for effective teaching. Cybersecurity, safeguarding sensitive data and systems from cyber threats, equity, ensuring access to digital resources for all students, including those from marginalized backgrounds, from remote backgrounds. So it's a challenge. Digital university. In digital universities, the process of teaching and learning for all the courses are taught through the use of ICT measures, that is digital and electronic measures in the virtual mode. This is the concept of digital university. And the National Digital University, NDU, is India's first digital university envisioned by the Ministry of Education under its NEP 2020. It is scheduled to start by July 2024. First, it was to start in 2023, but due to certain reasons, it is not established. And the vision is digital universities aim to provide seamless online education accessible to learners across geographical boundaries. As we are moving towards education 4.0, this is the vision. Again, challenges for that: quality assurance, maintaining academic rigor and quality in digital courses, engagement, keeping students engaged in virtual classroom. We know what happened during the pandemic. We felt like we were talking, we were teaching and nobody was listening. Somebody was sleeping, somebody was doing this or that. So that is a challenge. Assessment, designing effective online assessments. Digital divide, addressing disparities in internet access and device availability. So this is also a challenge. Then comes the world-class universities. As I told you, we are not in the top 100, but still we have developed that repo and we are on the way. In Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, TIFR, that is IISc, Bangalore, IITs, Manipal, BITS, Pilani, they all are following this trend and they are on the way towards the global world-class university. Now, India seeks to establish world-class universities that compete globally in research, innovation, and education. Challenge, obviously, research funding. From where to bring that? Now, how to bring that? So it is possible by attracting sustainable research funding. If we are doing that, obviously, we may get a funding. Faculty excellence, recruitment and retaining top-notch faculty. Again, this is a priority. The faculty should be an asset for the institution, not a liability. International collaborations, building partnerships with renowned global institutions. With the ABC, in multidisciplinary education, you will understand that how it is working. Holistic development, that is balancing research excellence with holistic student development, the overall development of the student. So in navigating these challenges, higher education institutions must adopt a strategic approach, collaborate with industry, and prioritize student-centric solutions. By doing so, India can elevate its higher education system to international prominence. Now I'll deal with one concept, and that is CSR. What is CSR? What is the full form of CSR?
Corporate social responsibility.
Yes, exactly. Corporate social responsibility. Now, CSR is a crucial aspect for higher education institutions. And there are challenges related to the relationship between corporations and society. CSR, the definition as it is on your screen, it involves corporate houses contributing to social good and adding value beyond their business operations. It encompasses a sense of responsibility towards the community and the environment in which companies operate. Challenges in CSR, balancing profit and social impact. Corporations must strike a delicate balance between profitability and their impact on society. Ensuring sustainable profits while fulfilling social responsibilities is again a challenge. Equitable development. Our education institutions face the challenge of engaging corporations in equitable development. Encouraging companies to invest in social initiatives can lead, of course, for that implementation of the CSR guidelines. India has made CSR mandatory for companies by requiring them to spend 2% of their net profit on CSR activities. Ensuring effective implementation and monitoring compliance again is a challenge. Quality and impact. HEI needs to collaborate with corporations to ensure that CSR initiatives have a meaningful and lasting impact on society. Quality matters more than mere compliance. Stakeholder engagement again is a challenge. Building strong partnerships between corporations, HEIs, and local communities is essential for successful programs. And there is a triple bottom line approach. Triple bottom line approach. That is, companies should focus on the 3 Ps. That is the triple bottom line approach. The 3 Ps are people, planet, and profit. Now, this holistic approach ensures that social and environmental objectives are integrated with business goals. So these 3 Ps are important. So fostering a positive corporate society relationship, it requires strategic planning, ethical practices, and a commitment to sustainable development. And higher education institutions, they play a pivotal role in shaping responsible corporate behavior and contributing to the societal well-being. I guess I can take more 5 minutes, and I will try to explain the concept of technology transfer. Again, it's a challenge. Now, what is this? It's technology transfer and why it is a challenge. technology transfer involves the exchange of knowledge, intellectual property, and technical expertise from one entity, that is such an individual enterprise, university, or research institute, to another. And it encompasses the movement of research and development outputs, innovative ideas, and practical knowledge. Now, what is the importance of technology transfer and commercialization? It drives the economic progress. If effective technology transfer, it results in the manufacturing of R&D outputs, job creation, wealth generation, and enhanced national competitiveness. Now, what are the means of technology transfer? Movement of people, that collaboration and exchange of experts, researchers, and professionals on various platforms. Equipment transfer, sharing specialized machineries, tools, and infrastructure. Licensing of technology, intellectual property rights, and knowledge transfer, that is disseminating technical know-how and best practices. And of course, there are major challenges in this technology transfer. So if we look to the challenges, there are major challenges on this. Of course, we have IPR, intellectual property rights. It's also a challenge. Importance of patents. That is also important, but you will have that in R&D. It's policy frameworks and reforms. So capacity building and training, that will be also there, about a patent-friendly environment, fostering a patent-friendly environment within the higher education institutes. And of course, it requires strategic planning, policy alignment, and a commitment to translating research into tangible innovations that benefit society and the economy. So IPR is also important, but I'm not dealing with that at present. Now, I will conclude with a concept. That is your sub-theme 5, globalization and internationalization. Now, here we need to ponder on 3 words: liberalization, globalization, and internationalization. Now, what is the difference? Liberalization is on your screen. They all are critical dimensions that have significantly impacted HEIs. Now, as it is on your screen, liberalization refers to the opening of the Indian economy, reducing government control and encouraging private sector participation. Now, private universities, now they are becoming a part, privatization of higher education. Of course, it began in 1991. Now it's leading to new policies and initiatives aimed at fostering economic growth at regional, state, national, and international levels. Now, higher education institutions rely on a mix of government funding, private investment, and industry collaboration. So, liberalization has granted higher education institutions greater autonomy in decision-making and resource allocation. So this is liberalization. Then comes globalization. What is the difference between liberalization, globalization? And then we'll move to internationalization. This term refers to the broader societal phenomenon where the world becomes increasingly interconnected. This is global, as we say, but many times we replace international to global. But there is a difference in regard to higher education. Globalization, it involves economic, political, and cultural integration across borders. It impacts various sectors, including education. And the definition is obviously that it involves the integrations of economies, cultures, and societies across borders. Now, what is the impact on higher education institutions of globalization. So there can be international collaborations, HEIs engage in research collaborations, student exchange, and joint programs with foreign universities, MOUs can be signed, and so many things can be. Faculty and student mobility. Globalization, it facilitates the movement of scholars, students, and researchers across countries. They can move to other parts. Curriculum enhancement. Higher education institutions, they incorporate globally relevant content in their curricula, benchmark, and the quality assurance is benchmarking against global standards ensures quality education. Then this is globalization. Now globalization, and we have internationalization in higher education. In this context of higher education, internationalization refers to the deliberate efforts by institutions to engage globally. It encompasses activities such as student exchange, collaborative research, and cross-cultural learning experience. Internationalization of higher education promotes sharing of best practices, mobility of students and scholars, and global awareness. Now, strategies for internationalization at home, how it can happen. By infusing globally relevant elements in the curriculum. We are not going anywhere. We are infusing them. And in the campus environment. Credit recognition under twinning arrangements, facilitating credit transfer that NEP has started between Indian and foreign institutions. Global citizenship approach, fostering a sense of global responsibility among students. Academic and research collaboration with foreign universities, as we have brand building, promoting Indian higher education institutions on the global stage by our research, by our startups, by our projections, by our presentations, by our research papers, many things. And of course, alumni connect. It can play a big role, engaging with Indian alumni abroad. We can collaborate even at your institution level. Just look at the list of your alumni who are there in foreign countries. You can approach them, you can invite them, and it can help. Now, still, I guess there is a dilemma that how will you distinguish internationalization from globalization? Liberalization is fine. So this is how you can distinguish between the two. For internationalization, higher education institutions actively participate in internationalization. They create partnership, establish exchange programs, and promote cross-cultural understanding. It is a strategist choice made by universities. Universities can internationalize, but globalization, unlike internationalization, globalization is not something institutions choose or they choose. It is a larger force shaping the world. It's a global trend, we may say. All higher education institutions, whether public or private, are influenced by globalization. They become global actors, adapting to trends in various industries. So higher education institutions in India, they must embrace liberalization, leverage globalization, and actively pursue internationalization to enhance the educational quality, foster global citizenship, and contribute to India's growth as a knowledge hub. So then we have IDP, Institution Development Plan, but it will be there with your academic leadership. The second part is that only. So I will conclude with the role of higher education in society as it is multifaceted and impactful. Higher education serves as an asset for individual growth. It equips learners with knowledge, skills, and critical thinking ability. Graduates are better prepared to navigate complex and uncertain situations in their personal and professional lives. Beyond individual benefits, higher education contributes significantly to societal development. Well-educated citizens drive innovation, economic progress, and social change. They become active participants in shaping the future of the country. Martin Thoreau has aptly stated that higher education provides better odds of societal progression, even when it cannot guarantee an immediate leap upwards in society. It offers opportunities for upward mobility. Education empowers individuals to overcome socio-economic barriers. And so India is leapfrogging towards this new education system. And so in the context of globalization and integration, reforming higher education becomes essential. Innovations, interactions, and coherence are crucial. The purpose, content, methods, and means of education must align with changing needs and technological advancements. So, higher education is not only an investment in personal growth, the purpose which we have started with that, I broke the ice with that, but it's also a catalyst for societal progress. Its impact extends far beyond the classroom, shaping the entire and the world, the country where we live in. So I conclude with this. Thank you all for being active and patient listeners and participants.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम। आज तो आपने बहुत ही अच्छा आपका पूरा कवर किया आपने, मैंने एकदम आखिरी से लेकर और अभी तक, शुरुआत से लेकर आखिरी तक, मतलब
मैंने ट्राई किया सर के सब कवर हो जाए, एटलीस्ट ग्लिम्सेस में लेके किया है।
जी जी जी, काफी समय वो मैंने इतना इलॉबरेटेड कभी नहीं एजुकेशन का कोई लेक्चर सुना आज तक।
Thank you so much. This means a lot to me.
वो 62 कोठारी कमीशन से चालू होता है तो वहीं तक सब चलता है। और फिर अभी जो आपका सेकेंड लेक्चर था वो भी मतलब फ्यूचर ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन है एक प्रकार से पूरा, बहुत ही अच्छा था मैम आपसे।
थैंक यू सो मच।
निधि आप हैं क्या वहां पे?
Yes, sir, I'm there. Ma'am, it was a very insightful session. Though I have 2 points to raise. As you told, internationalization. I'm working with the ABC registration of the students in my college as well.
Okay, academic
And
bank.
and there is a lacuna which I came across, that even it requires Aadhaar identification of the student compulsorily to be attached to the ABC. Now, when we are going with internationalization, there are some international students also, but they don't have Aadhaar linkage. So they don't come into the ABC Connect.
This is, I guess, a technical glitch, but it will be resolved soon.
Yeah. So there are many leaders here. So I put forth that if someone has come across like that. Second, when we talk about rating ourselves or rankings, there's a skewed environment in which we are rating ourselves, because the parameters on which we are rating universities across the world, we don't fit into it. First, the quantum of population which we are targeting and the type of institutions, they are totally different from the other part of the world. So with those ranking kind of thing, I don't think fair enough to judge ourselves. But yeah, if we want to improve,
through that we can improve.
Yeah, we have to
There should
improvise.
be certain parameters.
But that setback should not be there, that we are not there in the top 100 only. So
Indians never have that setback. We are the warriors, the fighters. Obviously, we don't have that setback. But yes, a confrontation is required.
Yeah. So it was a very, very wonderful and informative session, ma'am. And on behalf of all the participants, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing your insights, expertise, and inspiring thoughts with us today. And your presence has truly enriched this gathering, and we are grateful for the knowledge and wisdom you have imparted to us today. Very, very thank you. And to Sanjeev sir also to give me this opportunity, I would like to thank him. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, all the participants, and Sanjeev sir for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
And thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very
Madam.
much.
Thank you.
Very important.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.